Yes, people, welcome back to another video. Um, wow, Newcastle 2, Arsenal 0. Newcastle are into the Carabao Cup final. Before we get into the video, make sure you do smash a like, subscribe with 61 more subs from 700. Let's get straight into it. So, Newcastle are into the Carabao Cup final after beating Arsenal by 2-0. Winning 4-0 on aggregate. Would you have predicted that before both legs had been played? So let's get straight into it. The team that did play for the Cup semi-final for Newcastle was the Braca. They played a back five. Lewis Hall, Byrne, Botman, Shaw, Trippier, Murphy, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Anthony Gordon. And then Isak for Arsenal, Rias, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel Lewis, Skelly, Rice, Partey, Odegaard, Martinelli, Havertz, Trossard. I genuinely think if Arsenal don't get a striker in the summer, I'm sorry, you're never winning the league. You're never winning the Champions League or any cup. You come up against a decent team that has not only a decent striker, but an elite level striker, and is in Isak. You're not going to go to the very top. You can get so far, but getting over the line, I'm sorry. No, that is the difference maker. And it's been the difference maker for a lot this season. Even with teams with bang average strikers, let's say Raul Jimenez, for example, Fulham scored against him, and that was the difference. He got his team a point. That was just a prime example. And now they're coming against an elite level striker. He's been the difference in both legs, and when they played him in the Premier League a couple of months ago. I'm sorry, the arrogancy from that football club to put in a bid for Ollie Watkins with a couple of days to go. Absolute stunk of PR. And, oh, we know we need a striker, but we're not going to go and get one. And we know the fans want one. Well, the proper Arsenal fans that actually want to try and win trophies, not the super duper Mickers, Defence League. Those type of fans that will just defend Super Mikel Arteta to the day he leaves the football club or dies. Big up to the real ones out there. And I'm not even an Arsenal fan. Like, I actually feel sorry if you're an actual Arsenal fan that actually wants to try and win trophies and, sees the club for what they are. There's some Arsenal fans out there that do great content and they actually speak about that. But to put in a bid for Ollie Watkins with 2 days to go is embarrassment. Like, that's like it's going to be accepted. 60 million when they've just sold John Duran. If it's like, what, 75 million, they think they're going to go into Ollie Watkins to a team that they're competing for European football. And that's just the football club are just clueless from top to bottom. And it's the reason why they're not going to win trophies, because they're too arrogant to not go and get a striker. This team has been calling out for a striker for years, since Aubameyang was at his best, and that was, what, 5 years ago they've needed a good striker for. And it's not even like there's not been players on the market. But fair enough, if you're going to do all this negotiation shit, go and get Victor Gyökeres for 100 mil. All you got to do is speak to the agent and the player, and you're boxed. Done. Sporting can't do anything about it. You paid the 100 million, and Victor Gyökeres, and his agent says, yes, he's your player. Bomb. Done. Do you know what I mean? But on the game, the chances they missed, man, I'm sorry. The Odegaard chance, where it literally like falls at his feet in the first 15 minutes, misses it. To be honest with you, this game was lost before the game kicked off, in my opinion. I just don't see them. Yes, Newcastle was not in great form, but I just didn't see them coming back, because St. James's Park, the atmosphere was going to be so intense for those players to be able to not handle it. And what happened? They crumbled under the pressure in the first 20-odd minutes. When has Arsenal ever dealt well with the pressure of big occasions, atmospheres. They haven't. Otherwise, they would have won more trophies. For example, remember a couple of years ago when Mikel Arteta was playing "You Never Walk Alone" on the speakers? Go and watch the Amazon documentary. Like, what the fuck? Like, genuinely, it wouldn't have surprised me if he played flipping "Hey Jude, Hey Jorders" and all that in training before the game, because the guy's a prat and he works like that. But to be honest, even if there's a standard chance, they couldn't hack the atmosphere. They couldn't hack the pressure that this Newcastle side came with. Everyone thought this Newcastle side was going to come in, sit back, win it 2-2, or just hit them on the 2-0 aggregate, sorry, or hit them on the break and get a goal, and it would have been boxed off, game over. And that's exactly what they did. They just went for them, and why should they sit back? They're at home against an Arsenal side that is toothless up front. Don't give me this Man City gimmick. Oh yeah, we scored 5, blah blah crap. I'm sorry, yeah, but you've had Sporting been hitting them for 4. Tottenham, who was down in like 15th, 13th, been hitting them for 4. So don't give me that fucking gimmick. And when it will go straight back to reality for them, and they didn't score the chances when they had them. And Newcastle were absolutely brilliant tonight. I thought players like Shaw, Botman coming back, brilliant. Lewis Hall, baller. But Murphy and Isak and Gordon combination up front, just deadly, man. I'm sorry, but when you've got a team competing for what, 5th, 6th spot, who have got a clear, way better attack than you, for a team that's challenging with the title, is a disgrace. I'm sorry. But maybe one of those Arsenal front three that starts for them. Does Trossard? Maybe last year or the year before he does. But this season, he's fallen off. Looks like he doesn't want to play for the manager anymore. Looks like he wants him out. Kai Havertz, crap. Martinelli, honestly, Jesus Christ. I'm not saying he's in like the Dele Alli camp, because Dele Alli, when he was like 21, 20, he was unbelievable, man, winning a young player of the year, etc. But Martinelli, man, a year or two ago, like, this guy was going to be the next best thing for Arsenal, one of the best next wingers in world football for the next decade. But this guy has fallen off, and I think this manager's killed him, overplaying him. And you've seen the same with Saka now, picking up hamstrings and stuff like that, running his plays into the ground. He don't start for Arsenal. For Newcastle. Tonali coming back, he's been a beast. To be honest with you, the only players that can actually hold them heads up high for Arsenal tonight, probably Lewis Skelly. And that's probably it, to be honest with you. Saliba, oh my God, absolute stinker and hooked, as Lee Can would say. Proper Arsenal fan, big up to him. Wow, he was getting ragdolled, he was getting bullied. And I think, oh yeah, Saliba never gets bullied, blah, blah, blah. Isak, Gordon, Murphy and them, man, rocked up to their gaff, to their own gaff, and flipping just boshed them apart, mate. Absolutely ran rings around them. I'm sorry, but any elite manager will take him off, and he goes and gets booked. Gabriel, he didn't have as bad as Saliba, but he didn't cover himself in glory neither. And their midfield tonight, Jesus Christ, Martin Odegaard. I don't want to. There's a reason why this guy can be a good midfielder, but he won't ever be elite. There's a reason why Real Madrid got rid of him. Do you know what I mean? It's very rare Real Madrid make mistakes. Yes, you could say young lad, blah, 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 blah. Real Madrid's an elite football club from top to bottom, no matter what the category is. There's a reason why they got rid of him. And it's Real Madrid, they rarely make mistakes when it comes to big players and stuff like that. So this is not like, I don't know, Manchester United, for example. This is Real Madrid we're talking about here when it comes to decision making and stuff like that. Absolutely. My God, when he came back from injury, he had a good 2-3 game spell, and it looks like he was going to drive this team back into a race. But my God, after that, He has been shocking and shit. It's genuinely the battle of the shitters between them and Bruno Fernandes. I can't believe them man actually got compared to KDB. Yeah, KDB's a wash now, but oh god, how they actually compared Bruno and Odegaard to KDB to God. You should be banned on Twitter for statements like that, in my opinion. Kai Havertz, shocking. Um, wasn't it Mikel Arteta who said, "Oh yeah, get behind the lad. You know, you're gonna see the true him after a certain amount of games." Fucking crap! You play him in the 8, crap. Play him in the 10, crap. Play him as a striker, fucking crap. Chelsea binned this man after scoring in a Champions League final for them to win their second ever Champions League. So there's no flipping second chances, blah blah blah. The guy's fucking shit. You know, if they got him for a cheap fee, I don't know, let's say 30, 25 million, whatever, you could probably argue it for the price. And we've seen before at Leverkusen somewhat of the talent that he showed. But for the past 5 years, he's been a shadow of what he should have by Leverkusen. Do you know? And the fact that he's on like what, nearly around that 300 bags a week mark, just Jesus Christ, the whole team shocking tonight. And obviously, congratulations to Newcastle. They go into the Carabao Cup final. They'll be playing either Tottenham or Liverpool. And obviously, that game is being played tomorrow. Hopefully, Liverpool make it, man. As a Liverpool fan, hopefully we go all the way and we beat Spurs. But yeah, Newcastle have a chance to win a trophy for the first time in what, 60 years? They got to the Carabao Cup final a couple of years ago, and obviously they lost to Manchester United. So they're looking to right the wrongs. You know, under this ownership, I feel like now they've got to start winning something. Do you know how long have they been? I think they've been their owners now for what, 2.5 years, 3 years. They're at that point now. You know, they're starting to pump a bit more money. I know that money into their club, doing stuff to the training ground and stadium. I know they've had PSR issues, but this team is a good squad. This is a team that, you know, that should and be challenging to, you know, try and win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I'm not saying win the league, but at least challenge for the cups. You know, when you haven't got Man City in it or whatever, you should be challenging for it. I'm sorry. No excuses. And obviously they're going to the final now for the second time in what, 2-3 years. So they'll be looking to win that. I mean, if they get Tottenham, they'll win it. If it's Liverpool, I think it'll be an interesting game. I still think Liverpool win the Carabao Cup, in my opinion. But I was going to say I'd rather face Arsenal in the final than Newcastle, if I'm being honest with you. Because the way Liverpool are playing right now, we're conceding very little chances, but we're conceding them. And Newcastle have a good attack, so that we know they will take the chances. Against Arsenal, I think would be the IMO. And then you got players coming off the bench, absolute dead. Jorginho, oh, God. Calafiori, I think he's bang average. Sterling, just go Saudi, mate. Or MLS, Mikel Moreno, flop. Ethan Owari, man, I don't know how. He should be starting for Arsenal Football Club, not Martin Odegaard. If you're playing him off the right, start him over Martinelli, Trossard, the other player on the right, while Saka's out. You shouldn't be using this gimmick, oh yeah, he's too young, blah, blah, blah crap, because, sorry, go and watch Lamine Yamal. What was he doing at fucking 16 in the Euros in the summer just gone? Best player at the tournament. What are we doing? There's no excuses. Oh, you can't use the age crap. Start the player. Do you know what I mean? He's your best young attacker right now. Probably your best attacker right now with Saka injured. Play him. And it goes to question with Mikel Arteta. You know, his mindset, his mentality, playing it too safe, you know? But then at the same time, sometimes he'll play funky Thomas Partey at right back. I think that's probably the only positive if you're an Arsenal fan right now. He stopped playing Partey at right back. You've actually playing Timber at right back and Lewis Skelly at left back. I think that probably is the only positive right now for Arsenal Football Club. But hey, at least they didn't, put out a gimmick tweet. Arsenal did put out our Carabao Cup campaign comes to an end. Normally they put our Carabao Cup journey's proud. We're proud of our Carabao Cup journey like they did in the Champions League last year and all that. At least they didn't put anything embarrassing up. I mean, the performance wasn't anything like that, but I did see this tweet. Thank you, as always, for the incredible support away. Support Gooners. Time to recharge in Dubai and go again in 10 days. Dubai again, Now everyone's going to be getting all gimme again, saying, oh, it's only the Carabao Cup. Oh, it's only, we're going to Dubai, lads. Look what we did after Dubai. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, you went to Dubai last year and you came back somewhat great. Did you win a trophy? No. Who cares? What are you going to do? You tell your grandkids about how when Arsenal went to Dubai? Give me a favour, man. This football club, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be embarrassed. I'm sorry, but if I was an Arsenal fan, I would want Kroenke out and I would want Mikel Arteta out of the football club. Arsenal are the third biggest club in England. They should be aiming to win, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. They talk about how good they are in the FA Cups, but 14 FA Cups and all that shit. You've won one FA Cup in 5 years. Like, he did well to win the FA Cup in his Mikel Arteta. Wow, fair play, credit. No one saw that coming. But when you're about £700 million deep, and you give me all this fucking phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nonsense, you're expected to win a trophy, especially, after challenging back-to-back seasons, getting inside to get into the Champions League more often now. I think I saw a tweet earlier. Out of 22 competitions, they've won one. Like, surely soon they're going to start winning shit. You know what I mean? But Newcastle are into the final. Arsenal are out. Where do they go from here? I think they finish second to Liverpool Football Club. As a Liverpool fan, hopefully that does happen anyway. I don't think they've got a chance in the Champions League. I think they'll get what's happened tonight to them in the Champions League if they come up against any someone side that actually knows how to attack and that is better than them. They'll get away with the crappy teams, but with a team that actually has a lethal striker or somewhat of a good striker, or that is just all round better than Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Football Club, they're going to get their arse pulled down. Do you know what I mean? You saw that last season with Bayern Munich. Everyone's like, oh my God, give me Bayern, give me Bayern. And that's another thing. I feel sorry for the actual big Arsenal fans that call it out. Another problem is their fan base. Like, give me Madrid and Bayern and that. And putting out tweets like staying humble to Haaland and all that. Honestly, they are the most cringiest fan base, second to none. Embarrassing fan base. It's actually... It's hard to watch. Like, you're gonna go on Twitter every day or whatever, and you're gonna see some cringy ass shit from not only from, it's not just the fans, the football club, what they tweet out and all that crap as well. Top to bottom with the fan base, everything around the football club, it's just not what an elite football club should be trying to do. And that's just my opinion. But that's the end of the video, people. Newcastle 2, Arsenal 0. Newcastle is the final. We will find out tomorrow who will be joining Newcastle. Smash a like, subscribe. Arsenal, genuinely, what is your football club?